What happens when a man who can fall in love with a woman's personality just by looking at her face, a kid that should mind his own damn business, and a skeptical journalist that thinks fidelity is irrelevant, get tangled in a love story that spans time zones, radio waves, and one very tall building?
You get to see how the right music can turn a movie about stalking someone into romantic purity.
Find out next on Trees in Space. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trees in Space Podcast, the show where we watch and review movies of all genres and we tell you what the fans thought, what the critics thought, and what we think. Is it worthy of a whole forest, a small grove, or just a stump to sit on? I am Jason, and with me, as always, is the brain ups in Boston, and that's Nate. How you doing, Nate?
Hey Jason, I am doing well, persisting mostly out of spite.
Well, this week, in case you missed the thumbnail, we watched the 1993 romantic comedy smash hit, Sleepless in Seattle, starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. And I think, Nate, this is the first time we had a Meg Ryan or a Tom Hanks movie on here.
Smash
What?
hit.
Oh, it absolutely was. It was huge.
This was a smash hit.
Oh yeah, I say it was. Maybe I just thought it was a smash hit.
It's been
Making
referenced a
stuff up.
lot. I've referenced this movie a lot, never have seen it before, and it's definitely nothing of what I thought this movie was about. Wow. This movie is more messed up than when you really think about Back to the Future.
Oh, you'll have to dive into that because well, let me tell everyone what this movie's about. It's after the death of his wife, Sam Baldwin, which is Tom Hanks, moved to Seattle with his son and Jonah. And Jonah calls in a talk radio show to find his father a new wife. Some reporter, which is Meg Ryan in Baltimore, hears it and falls for him through the radio show, even though she's engaged. Unsure where it will lead, she writes a letter to Sam asking him to meet her at the Empire State Buildings on New Year's Day. And yeah, that's that is a really messed up premise.
I think it was Valentine's Day. I think you
What
just
did I
said
say?
New
New
Year's
Year's Day?
Day. Yeah.
It is Valentine's Day. Yes,
Yeah.
it was on Valentine's Day. I'm reading it. It says Valentine's Day. I just said New Year's
Yeah.
because I
That's
wanted
why
to.
I had to double
Yeah,
check. I was like, wait, what? No.
it didn't sound right, but that's a very bad premise. I mean, how do you pitch this? It's like that one comedian how he pitched Back to the Future.
Like, yeah, so this movie really bothered me. First of all, is that how kids were? I was
He was eight
5.
years old. He was eight
I
years
was
old in
5.
93.
He was 8. Okay. So I'm in the age range of this child, right? There was a lot of mature conversations being had in front of this child. Like, in front of this kid's mother just freaking died. This 8-year-old just lost. This movie is awful for this child. I feel so
What do
bad
you,
for this kid.
what
Like,
mature conversation are you talking about? Because this was 18
well,
months later,
okay,
a year
so
and a half
yeah,
later.
a year and a half. All right. They're talking about um what's his name? Sam. Sam's
That's the
with some
father,
of his
yes.
friends, and they're talking in front of Jonah about how he needs to start dating already and like moving
Oh,
on in front of her or in front of him. And then like way later when he's out, he has Victoria over and they have like after like the first date, she's making them dinner. And then if you go backwards from that, he's talking about Jonah is talking about scratching backs during sex and like and
they
then
explained that. He goes, how would you know? He goes, so and so has cable.
In the movies, women are always scratching up the men's back and screaming and stuff when they're having sex.
How do you know this?
Jed's got cable.
Oh, just
but still this is such mature conversations to be having with an 8-year-old. Like, I understand times are different, but I would like these are
Are you kidding
conversations
me?
I would have with my 15-year-old.
He was he was sitting there with the girl, whatever that one girl. They were together, Jessie, and
Yep.
Jessie's mom says, "Hey, I'm gonna go run this off. You don't mind keep an eye on everything?" She said, "Sure." So the mother left two 8-year-old kids alone at home. You can't do that now.
No. And I
We
was
did it all
like,
the time in the
wh-
90s.
when that happened, I go, oh my God, are they going to rob the mom? And then I forgot that mom's a travel agent. She just committed fraud.
She did. She did. Well,
This,
let's get back. Let's get back
this
to the
is
beginning. We just went all over this movie. Okay. Um, we just jumped to all. We always do that, but we did it really bad on this one. So
um I
I like the big. Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I loved when Walter and Annie were going to Annie's folks, right? And Walter was walking up and even though it was kind of weird they took two cars, but I understood that they had different places. Anyway, but he's like, all right, and Ernie is this person and this is this person. It reminded me of when I went to your sister's house,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, Mary is this one, and she's married to
Hmm.
Danny, and Donnie is with Mary, like trying to run everybody down, like. So I thought
Right.
that was very relatable. I really enjoyed that cute
I love
part.
the family thing too. I like the way the family members. I like the interaction. I like the dialogue and how they kind of talked over each other, the way they were. It seemed very real, like a real conversation at a dinner table. I think
Seems
most
kind
of
of
these conversations are
pretentious
pretty
to
real.
me.
Well, some of them were. Some kind of money, you know.
Yes.
It's kind of like when he's like I'm not allergic to salmon, and then she's like he's well, it wasn't camera again, and then she goes he's not allergic to cat salmon, and then he goes I don't think, and she went and the little side little comments that they
Yeah.
made the
Without cold salmon. I'm not allergic to salmon.
Oh, he's not allergic
I
to
don't
salmon.
think.
and the conversation she had about the wedding dress upstairs, and it was like I didn't know whose hand was whose or something like that. And she's like, it's a sign or whatever. Talking about the signs because the both order a sandwich that no one would order.
Right.
And
Except
and
the bread was different
right, and
because
she's
he
like,
can't have wheat.
and he goes, it took a while before everything went, in the sack, went okay in the sack. And she goes, well, we've already done it. He goes, oh, la di di di. And how is it? It's like the mom didn't want to hear about the sex she's having. I like that scene too. I thought most interactions with the characters were pretty well. And Rob Reiner is in this film,
Yeah.
who has just passed away.
You
Um,
would say
eh,
that, yeah. You could definitely say
yeah,
that that is what happened.
yeah. Well, he did. I did say how he passed away. What the?
No, you're fair.
Anyways, and I thought his character was great. I think so. He's an architect. Sam is,
Yep.
and after he gets on the phone and he gets into his office or he goes to the building he's at, and the lady he's working for, she knew all about it. She's like, "Oh, I know how it is not to be able to sleep, whatever." And I love that interaction there at the house. The part because I'm not an architect or construction guy, but and they're all talking about moving the cabinets. Hey, it's gonna be moved into this wall. That's a barren wall. That's gonna be a delay of at least 2, 3, 5, 6, 12 weeks. And
Yep. It's like it's okay. Take your time.
I love, and he goes in that like what's it called when everything intersects? The Bermuda Triangle. Those little cute remarks like that throughout this whole film, I loved. And I
Uh,
love Walter. I thought Walter was great. That's the
I
fiance, by the way.
I couldn't believe hearing Rosie O'Donnell say that he could be, and this is in order of bad things to her, a crackhead, a transvestite, a flasher, a junkie, a chainsaw murderer, or someone really sick. It surprised the hell out of me because of who said it and who said it being who they are now. And like the humor changed in 20
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
so
and
much.
not in 93, you don't get it right, especially when you're Rosie O'Donnell, you're just starting out. And she was a comedian before.
Yeah.
You don't get to have a high horse to sit on and say that things are wrong because you just trying to make your money. Oh, I love the callback to the movie A Fair to Remember. They called it back 4 different times because they're watching it. Rosie O'Donnell and Meg Ryan are watching it, crying. Men don't understand this movie. They call it back there. I mean, they do it there, and then they call it back when you mentioned off line here that Tom Hanks and his best friends are having dinner together, and they're talking about the movie. And she goes, "Her shriveled little legs." You know, the little kid's like, "Is she okay?" And
Yeah.
he goes, "Yeah, he'll be fine." And then the little girl, Jessica, is watching the movie. She's like,
And
"This is the
Jonas
greatest
is
movie ever."
he's sitting there
Yes.
playing. He's like, why?
Yeah, exactly. And you gotta go. And then at the very end, where Meg Ryan goes to the guard and says, "I gotta go check. He might not be there, but I'll always wonder." And he says, uh, "Gary
Cary
Cooper, right?
Grant.
Yeah, Cary Grant, right?" And she goes, "You know that movie? I loved that."
Yeah, he's like, my wife
The
loves that movie. And he just
yes,
kind of
I
like rolls his eyes like, I don't understand why.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
like,
yeah, that was wonderful. And you mentioned earlier, like I said, that them talking about the movie and have that conversation in front of the little kid about you know. But then the guys made fun of it. Goes, but I cried at the Dirty Dozen. Like, well, who didn't? You know, it's like
yeah.
blew his legs off, and that I thought it was fun making fun of women. That was
I have a
they won't do that.
question. You were more of an adult than I was in 91. Were pull down maps in your home just a common thing? Is that what we had in the late 80s? Like,
Not that I'm aware of. That I never really paid attention to that much until this. I watched it today. It's like, why is that even there? What's the? I mean, he's an architect. I could see him pulling down something that had like architectural things, but I mean, I did love that part too. He goes, where's Seattle? Where's Baltimore? Ah, it's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 20 states. I like that part. But this looks like my third grade teacher. And I hated my third grade teacher. Oh wait,
it
this
is
is
my
my
third
third grade
grade.
teacher.
Uh, I, I, when Jonah was on the phone, or like, it's like, she's a hoe.
My dad's been captured by a hoe.
It
And
was so cute. It was so fucking funny. Oh my God.
but this movie is the reason I stole a scene from this movie where he's talking to his son because Victoria's about to get on a plane. And
Hmm.
because when they get back, he's about to get some love or whatever. He's like, "Can you understand that? Why does she do these things? I don't know. These are the things I'm willing to get to the bottom of. This is why I'm dating her. That's what adults do. Try each other on to see if they fit."
Right.
And I say that all the time. It's such a great phrase.
I say I wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers a lot. I've
Yeah.
never seen this movie. No idea that that line came from this movie.
Well, I mean that line was out long before this movie.
I
Yeah.
mean, I heard it from somebody else. So I'm going to
Yeah.
assume that that person probably got it from this movie. Safe
Well,
to
Barbara
say.
Mandrell has a song from the 70s said, "You can eat crackers in my bed at any time." Because, you know. But anyways, we're not really talking about the movie here. So they never actually meet.
Right.
She sends a letter, but she tears it up. But what's her name? Rose O'Donnell picks it back up and sends it to them.
Yeah.
And then she goes to stalk. Then she starts stalking and flies all the way across the country just to look at them.
Yeah. And then she, even on the phone, she asks her friend if she's crazy. And her friend says, no, you're not crazy. No. The correct answer, the only correct answer here is yes. Yes, you are absolutely insane to get on a plane from Baltimore, who you tell your fiance you're going to Chicago, which is where Sam is originally from. So you're only kind
Yes.
of passively lying, but you're still lying twice. Go to Seattle with no plan, and you've stalked this man and his family, his
Mm-hmm.
child. The security in the 90s was
That
atrocious.
old-fashioned computer.
She just called. Hey, I'm so and so doing a report
Yeah.
on this. Okay, thanks. All the way to the point where she calls the house. If this was
Yeah.
a man doing this, it would be on Dateline or the Investigation Discovery,
2020. Yeah.
60 Minutes, Unsolved Mysteries. Like
Yeah.
this movie is awful. She's
Because she's
crazy.
stalking him. Like,
And
yeah, and she goes,
it's only okay because she's attractive.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's she's attractive, but I mean, I guess she's attractive. I mean, I do like the everything with Walter. When I first watched the movie years ago, I thought, okay, he was kind of a dorky dude. But as an adult now, as a 50-year-old man, I think he's fine. I mean, he has some allergies, but besides that, he's a respectable person. I do love the fact when they're picking out patterns or the China. They both said 10 because 8 was too few and 12 was too many. So that shows that hey, they do have a connection to their.
Yeah,
It's not just it's not. He's not a bad guy. He's not a dick. He's a good guy. I like
kind of
that part.
lame.
He's a little lame, but he was dancing with her. All the different kind of things. I mean, he was a lot of fun. But I loved it because she had to break up with him, whether Sam was there or not, and the way he took the breakup when
Oh,
he's
that
like,
was so fucking fake. Oh my God, that was such a fake breakup.
but he's like, she
He
goes,
handled
yeah, I
it
don't
too
deserve.
well.
Well, he's like, she said, I don't deserve you, and he goes, I wouldn't put it that way, but okay. And then the part where the heart comes up, she goes, "It's a sign," and he's like, "Who needed a sign?" I'm just like, "What?" There needed to be a part two where Walt finds love.
Yeah, that would have been great. Actually, I would have liked to him like at least bump into somebody as he's walking out and they go get a
Hmm.
drink. Like because then
Yes.
that would call a tie-in to Sam explaining to his son, that 8-year-old son, that you take him out for a drink. So that way if you're not having a good time, you're not obligated to be there longer than a drink, rather than you going to dinner and then you're stuck with somebody who's lame or dull halfway through.
Not dinner, not necessarily on the first date, because halfway through dinner you could be really sorry you asked them to dinner. Whereas if it's just a drink, if you like them, you can always ask them to dinner. But if not, you can just say, well, that was great.
So, and I do like how he calls her up and that music's playing, and he says, "You want to go to have drinks?" And from that point on, she took control of the conversation and
Oh,
the date.
100%. Yeah.
That was Victoria. I don't think I could have dated Victoria because that laugh would have
Oh
drove me up
my
the
God.
wall.
It was awful. I would never say it, and that's hard because I'm the funniest person I know. I wouldn't be able to make a joke, at least not at home, in the comfort of my own home. This would be awful to me.
Because she was laughing at everything.
Uh,
But I mean,
this movie, how does an 8-year-old get when Jessica was like, "Oh, if it says 12 in the system, they're not going to question the
right,
system."
if it's in the computer, they're gonna believe it.
Yeah, and I thought it was so sweet that he had his little Seattle Mariners backpack. This movie made me cry, but not in a reason where you think it would, or the reason why. But you might. But like he's holding it, and the stewardess was like, "Would you like me to take your bag?" And he's like, "No." He's holding onto it tightly, and he forgets it on top of the Empire State Building, and
Hmm.
she pulls it out, and it's his bear, his
Yeah,
teddy bear Howard, or something. I think his name was.
it's Howard.
And I was like, I just started crying. Like this poor kid traveled all the way across the country by himself, probably for the first time, with the promise that this woman's gonna show up. He has no idea who she is.
No,
And
he goes around asking. He goes around
yep.
asking.
And he just got his stuffed animal, that thing right there keeping him comfy. And like he sits there and he's by himself, and like his dad's not there, his mom's not there, the woman that was supposed to be there isn't that there. Poor
It's
kid, man.
it's okay, man. It's okay because his dad got there. His dad got to him, and I love
What if
how his
he
dad did not
Oh my
yell at
God.
him.
I that whole thing hurt me so bad. This movie hurt. It was tough. Like I don't know how a dad can watch this. It's awful.
Uh, I, I don't know. Maybe I don't care about my kids like you do. 'Cause
I
fuck them
was like,
kids.
if either of my kids decided to hop on a plane and fly to freaking Seattle, even at 15, I'd be a freaking
Yeah.
distraught mess. I
Yeah.
like.
Well, he was. I mean, was he gonna? I mean,
I mean, I would have
was he
called.
going?
I absolutely though. I mean, the smartest plan is call the airport that he's going to, tell
Yeah,
him what
because
flight he's on, and have them secure him there, and then put him on a
they
flight
easily
back.
could have done that because they go, "What time to leave?" And they said like 8:30, whatever. And they went
Yeah.
ding, so it was like 30 minutes late, so he's already gone. But he wasn't in New York yet, so they could
No.
have easily done that.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point. But he definitely lost his mind. And I mean, I like that part where she's like, "Where's he at?" And he went, or she goes, "NY." What's that mean? No way. That's NW. Is there anything else you want to mention about this before we go on to our 5 and 1 star reviews?
Now let's go ahead and get into them. Let's see what other people think.
Well, the first 5 star review comes from MB. This is one of those films I could watch over and over again and never get bored. The other is Beaches. It's so touching, funny, and sad. The performances drove the story, and you care about every single character.
You know what? No, I did not care about every single character. I really only cared about that one freaking the kid. I only really cared about the kid in this whole movie.
Well, it
Fuck
makes
all the
sense.
other people.
It kind of reminds me of your kids, both of them.
Yeah.
He just does. I don't know why. Just yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the first 1 star or less comes from unknown. Sleepless in Seattle. Atrociously incoherent, poorly paced, horrible acting, and unbelievably fake. Sleepless in Seattle stands as one of the most frustrating movies ever made, most awful in cinema.
That's pretty mean. I think the actor was fine. I don't know, unbelievably fake. I mean, what part was fake? That little kid jumped on a plane in 1993. Yes, that's very believable. You, Mr. Unknown. That's why you said you're unknown because you're probably 12 years old and you know this stuff. Get pissed off at an unknown.
Get pissed off at the internet.
Uh, the next 5 star review comes from Jennifer. A must see. Everything about it was amazing. And of course, Tom Hanks was amazing.
He's fine.
Yeah, he
I,
was Tom Hanks.
I don't think it was his best movie.
No, he's done so many. He's done like 3 romantic comedies with her. He's done Joe versus Volcano, this one, and You Got Mail.
Huh. The next 1 star or less comes from unknown. Amazed this is highly rated. Even for a tom-com, it's preposterously dumb and lacking humor. It's not even romantic. This psycho woman has a pretty decent fella, but decides she's in love with a guy she heard on the radio for 2 minutes. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. There's no chemistry or romance or anything, just a corny, totally ridiculous, and unbelievable plot.
See, you can tell these people watch this who did not live in the 90s and they're using today's morals to judge this movie from 1993. I like how it's called Tom-com. I never heard that before. The last 5 star review comes from Unknown. I'm not really sure why more people don't rate this movie higher. Yes, it borrowed from existing movies and updated the plot, but it's just a really enjoyable movie to me. Very romantic and witty. It's a good time at the movies every time I watch it.
Uh, I could tell you why it's not more highly rated, because the ending of this movie is Sam and Jonah bound and gagged in their houseboat with Abby standing there with a fucking kitchen knife. Like, that's how this movie ends. She's
So
crazy.
he's saying this. Well, he even says that. He goes, "We're not going to go on a plane to go to Baltimore to meet some lady that could be a raving lunatic."
Yeah.
He goes, "Did you see Fatal Attraction? You won't let me. Why saw it? It's gonna shit every man in America." But he doesn't. He don't mean to, but he ends up doing it. She still could be a psychopath just because
Yeah.
she's pretty. She's not a psychopath.
There's a dark
His,
side into this movie if you want it to be.
his penis was talking for him when he saw her. That's all that was.
She has
Yeah.
beautiful eyes. Oh my
She
God,
does. She's a
they're
very
so
pretty lady.
beautiful. The last 1 star or less comes from Unknown. Moral of the movie: women can stalk men, and it's okay to mentally cheat on someone. Fail.
I can't even argue that.
I mean,
I
that's a
mean,
strong argument for the moral of this movie.
it is. The WTF, it's from Unknown, has 1.5 stars. Never actually seen the whole thing, but have attempted and failed many times.
Hey, no matter
That's
how
me.
many times you try again.
That's me with Lord of the Rings, the first one. I can't. So I would never rate it because I can't rate a movie I've not seen the whole thing of.
And that's
I mean, I
that's me
could.
with chia pets. I just can't stop. It's addicting. As soon as they grow, I shave them down and I regrow them again.
Okay. Well, let's go on to see what the Rotten Tomatoes and the audience has scored this film. So the critics at Rotten Tomatoes gave this film 75%. And the audience, which is you at home, also gave this movie 75%.
It's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't mind a stalker
Yeah, if you
with
don't
nice
mind a movie
music,
about a potential murder, yeah.
ends up, you didn't say that. They're just gagged and by knife point in their houseboat. That's what you said. No one died.
No, not yeah. You just fade to black.
So,
Zoom in on
yeah.
the knife.
Well, yeah, you heard what the audience thought about this movie, what the critics thought about this movie. You heard what Rotten Tomatoes and the audience rated this movie. You also heard me and Nate talk about this movie. Now, let's get into what me and Nate are going to score this movie. So I watched this movie when it came out in theaters in 1993. I want to say I watched this movie when I was a projectionist, but that doesn't make any sense. So, excuse me, I'm not going to say it. So, wait, no, maybe I did. Point is, I watched it a lot on VHS or somehow I watched it many times because I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the chemistry was great between them two. I'm going to backtrack a little bit right here and say I would recommend it to my surgeon. I do not like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan and the other two that they starred in together. Didn't like either. I thought they were not good together. This one, I thought they're great. Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks. Meg Ryan did a great job. I loved Walter, and the gentleman you mentioned earlier on in the show, the husband,
Oh,
um,
Victor Garber.
Victor Garber. I thought he was fine. His wife is actually Tom Hanks' wife in real life, in case anyone didn't know that. Rob Reiner was great, and I thought all the side characters did a fine job. I loved the dialogue. I loved the back and forth. It seemed like it just was very smooth and went by easy enough. I don't think there was much wasted film, but it probably could have been 10 minutes shorter, as Nate loves to say about these films. Um, and all that being added together, it is a rom-com. I do enjoy it a lot. I can watch it every year. I'm gonna give it 3 trees.
My turn, assholes.
This movie wasn't bad. In my whole growing up, I've always avoided this movie because of the fact it's a chick flick or a rom-com or whatever you want. I guess it's not really a rom-com, it's a chick flick. And I was too manly to watch it. But whatever. It was fine. Tom Hanks was good in it. I don't think it was his best role. And I kind of fell in love with Meg Ryan. even though she was super stalker creepy, and none of this should ever be done. And I'm kind of glad we live in this century now where security is super tough. Like, I feel kind of safer knowing that I can't be murdered by some attractive person. Kind of makes me feel good. Um, the kid, the idea, the realism of this movie to me is far fetched. Like, there's no way I think an 8-year-old is this advanced to be able to order a ticket on a computer in 93 or 91 or wherever this freaking movie came out. Like, there's no way. There's no way. It's just whatever. But you know what? It was cute. Definitely a little too long. I think it could have easily been an hour and a half and not an hour and 45. But I will definitely agree, at least. Oh, I forgot about the surgeon part. I don't know if I'd recommend this movie to my surgeon. It's got plot holes, but one of my favorite movies has loaded with timeline issues. Hmm. Yeah, screw it. I recommend it to my surgeon as well. I also agree with you that this movie is three trees. There's no more, no less. It's three trees. It's fair. It's straight up a little better than half.
Well, you heard it here. Nate gives this movie 3 trees, and so do I. But what do you think? Is it worth 3 trees? Is it worth less? Is it worth more? And please tell us. Put a comment down there. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want us to watch. So, unless we see you on top of the Empire State Building on Valentine's night, we will see you next Monday on Trees in Space Podcast.